It's a twist. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Or, nope. Is it?
No.
There's another one.
No way.
There's a twist. Nah, there's not a twist. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Requiem for a Tuesday. Adam Pecora here with the chef.
Use.
What's up, Juicy?
Nothing. Chilling.
Nice. That's entertaining. Rate, review, and subscribe to Requiem for a Tuesday wherever you listen to podcasts. Hopefully you're listening right now. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell's happening.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Yeah, that's my catchphrase.
Yep.
Happy Tuesday.
Let's go.
Check out all the links in the description below. Lots of good stuff. Justice, when's the album coming out?
The best day of the week, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th in
September.
September.
No, I think we
way.
said October. October 13th. It's October 13th.
Is that a Friday?
I think so. Check.
I think you're just making things up.
No! I was hoping.
Friday the 13th is in September.
Damn it.
So
So that's what I was aiming for, yeah.
Well, so that's not when it's coming out.
It'll
All right,
come out then.
We'll update you later. But there's links in the description below. There's music that's already out. That's fun. There's other podcast stuff. Justice has his show. That also isn't coming out. But you can watch the old ones. So check all that good stuff out.
Yeah, dude, they're great. Honestly, they're a great time.
Yeah, the show would be good if it came out.
Shout out
It's a great
microwavminutes.com.
theoretical premise.
Yes. In theory, it's going to go really well.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't wait for that.
Nobody is really waiting for it, actually.
Right. Because it never really came out much.
Yeah, we got like
Sporadic.
a whole season in the bank, you know?
But not really.
No, really.
Well, then why isn't it coming out?
It'll come out soon.
Because it's not actually done.
Correct.
Right. So you don't have anything in the bank.
We're missing like one episode now.
I don't know. I don't believe a word you're saying ever. You are a compulsive liar. Just for no reason. All
It's
right.
coming out, I swear.
Speaking of lies,
Trap.
Mr. Twist is at it again.
I
will say M. Night Shyamalan has been redeeming his reputation as like a horrible filmmaker. His career arc is a complete roller coaster because he skyrockets to fame with Sixth Sense, and then like does kind of okay the next few movies because the hype is still real and the twists are crazy.
Which is what, like Lady of the Water?
No, that's later. We're going to get there.
And
No, it's like Unbreakable.
Okay.
And then he does like
The Village.
The Signs and then The Village, I believe is the order, or maybe it's the other way around.
No, it's Signs first. He did Signs?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Shout out Signs.
I still haven't seen it.
And The Sixth Sense. Those two movies are promising.
Shyamalan
For sure.
is not a guy for me at all. I haven't seen like any of it.
I've only watched Signs and The Sixth Sense the most. Everything else I've only seen one time.
But you've seen all of his movies no matter what?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Not all of them. I haven't seen Unbreakable for sure.
Really? That's a whole trilogy.
Oh, word. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those.
Unbreakable, and then it's like Splice and Glass.
Sick.
But Splice was like released like as a secret sequel.
Why?
Like it was the twist was that it was a sequel. Like the guy loves a good twist.
That's insane.
I could be exaggerating that point, but it definitely like was not marketed as a sequel to that movie. I don't believe. And then like the disasters came. After The Village, like he started to fall out of favor because people started to get upset.
About what?
Okay, so
Because that's when he starts to flop.
after The Village, it goes Lady in the Water, which is a disaster, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it did well, right? But it wasn't
like financially.
good. Yeah.
No, it like broke even and was expected to do well, which means it's like worse. It's big marketing money, so it was like a bomb technically.
Yeah, I remember a lot of ads for Lady in the Water, and I was like, that doesn't seem good. It just doesn't.
She's like a nymph or an elf or something. Yeah, I don't know.
She comes from the pool or something.
Is that true?
I think so. What's with these directors?
Well,
and
so he follows
bodies of
that up.
water?
He follows that up with The Happening, which is worse. Do you know what that one is?
Nope.
The twist. Well, so everybody's just like committing suicide, I guess, like crazy.
Jesus.
And then the twist is like the plants are mad.
It's Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
No,
Oh.
like literally the plants. Like
Oh.
the network of like greenery on Earth is mad at people for being like, polluting and whatnot.
Interesting.
And so they like release a gas that makes you kill yourself. Like or something like that's basically the movie.
Is there a scene in this movie where the plants are talking to each other?
I have no idea how they find out or what it is, but that's what the twist is.
It seems terrible.
Correct. It's like real bad. Then he follows that up with The Last Airbender, which is even worse.
What are we talking, like 2017 now?
2010.
Oh.
The live action one.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
everyone hates.
Yeah.
He
I
made
didn't
that.
watch it.
He made that. I saw that in theaters. I remember being remarkably high, basically blacked out. Didn't even see it.
Right on.
Like I was there the whole movie, but not really.
I did that for Eagle Eye.
That sounds like a good movie to do that with because I haven't seen that, but I know it's not good.
It's not good, but
But
it's
it would
fun
be
for a little
fun
bit.
as hell if you're on like 100 milli or something.
Also, probably another good movie would be In Time with Justin Timberlake. You know what I'm talking about?
That's the one where like time is money and
Yeah,
it's on your
yes.
arm.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, that's like a good high sleepover movie.
100%. Right alongside Eagle Eye, like back to back those.
That's a good double feature. We'll consider that for the show.
Yeah, we should do that.
If those movies are easy to access, for sure we can do that.
Neither of them M. Night Shyamalan, unfortunately.
Anyway, so yeah, The Last Airbender, like a notable disaster financially as well, and as well as critically, like an absolute disaster. Then he follows that up with After Earth, which is terrible. Like again,
Who is that? Like Nicole
that's the
Kidman?
that's the movie with Will Smith and Jaden Smith, and they're on like future Earth.
That's like a dentist office movie, dude.
They're like some of the last people alive or some, I don't even know, but it's a disaster. Also made no money. It's 1,000 years in the future.
Could you imagine?
Horrible. And then
Are they getting hunted by dinosaurs again or something?
some dumb shit like that for sure. Yeah. It's real bad. But then he
That's
pivots
funny.
back, does a back to his roots. I'm going like indie horror, and he does The Visit, which I don't know if you saw that, but it's like these kids go to their like grandparents' house, but then their grandparents like aren't their grandparents, and it's like creepy as fuck.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
I haven't seen The Visit.
It's pretty good. Then he does Split, which is the sequel to Unbreakable, but he did it for like no money, and it made like a fuck ton of money.
What's the gap between this like indie movement and like the flops? Like how long in between?
He goes from After Earth to The Visit 2 years later. He must have made it right after. Like started it the next year.
I mean, so he's doing,
He's worked nonstop. He basically makes, he takes a couple years to make a movie, or maybe takes a little space in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's gone nonstop. Then Split was 16 years since the original, though. So then Glass is the next movie. I believe it was less successful in every way, but still did like pretty well financially. But like,
Is this the one that was secretly a sequel?
No, that was Split. But
Okay.
Glass is the final of the trilogy.
Got it.
Then he did Old, which is that beach movie that looks bad. I don't think that
Awful.
looked good. The premise is that. What is the twist? Hold on, I'm gonna look up the twist.
They never aged the whole time or something, or they've been dead the whole time. It's one or the other. Nothing ever happened.
The twist is that it was a pharmaceutical experiment the whole time, and that the beach wasn't making people older. They were just drugging people the whole time.
Oh, got it.
Guinea pigging them. which is whatever, not great.
That's a disaster.
Then there was Knock at the Cabin, which was pretty good, but I didn't really like the ending, but it was good.
And then do we get to this thing? Are you going to talk about this fucking thing or what?
Yeah, now we're at Trap. You see how I do that? That's called building a fucking story. Welcome,
that is an insane filmography.
welcome to the medium.
All that I knew, listen, I really wanted to do like a whole M. Night Shyamalan episode, but then I didn't want to watch any of the movies. Now
Yeah.
I kind of,
Half of them are some of the worst movies ever made, and then the other half are like, oh, damn, that's pretty good.
yeah,
It's kind of crazy. Anyway,
like 10%.
Trap was kind of the same way. The first half of it was good for the most part. They give away the premise in the trailer, so it's not that shocking what happens really. Josh Hartnett plays a serial killer who's at a concert with his daughter, and that concert is a trap to catch him. And he has to find a way to get out. And he just keeps learning more and more as the movie goes on. And essentially, there's like some crazy psychiatrist lady who is like a serial killer profiler. And she basically has him like pinned down to a science. So he has to avoid all the traps. No, not really. There's basically just cops everywhere. The FBI is completely in on it. He's killed like 12 people. And he like hawks them to pieces in like public display. So it's like a nationwide manhunt that's like years building. So there's a ton of resources put up for this. So they literally have the entire arena on complete guard. Every inch of it outside of backstage, because that's its own, like backstage itself. So nobody has access to backstage, but that is the one safe zone because the artist gets, treated well.
Privacy.
Now, here's the biggest flaw of the movie. The musical artist is just M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, whom he wants to showcase, which, hey, good for you in terms of, like, you can do that for your daughter. Like, that's cool. But that's not good. Like, for a movie, it's like, oh, it's her concert. But it's not. Not only is it a fictional artist, it's just M. Night Shyamalan's daughter instead of like someone we want to see. Like my ideal version of this movie is it is someone's concert. Like, oh, they're at Lady Gaga's show.
Yeah.
And that would be a lot of fun. Or the inverse of that, it is a famous artist just playing a fictional artist, then at least we have the idea.
Feeling
like we're excited to see them and we know that it's them, and then that's still just fun. Even if they're playing like original songs.
Right.
Because of rights and stuff. So I get why that would be necessary. But yeah, I think that's a huge flaw. Or even if it was a known actor who was just able to sing or something.
Like
Make it Lily Rose Depp and it's a
Right.
sequel to The Idol. That would be lit. Some crazy shit like that. But no, that part's not that entertaining, and that's a factor because there's like several minute scenes of her singing on stage. And then she is also a main part of the climax, which I will get to.
Yeah, I could see why having anybody else in that position would be a lot better for the movie.
But the movie is essentially just Josh Hartnett finding excuses to leave his daughter, who's at the seat enjoying the show, so he can like try to find a way out and like get more intel. So he just has to keep leaving his seat. And he comes up with clever distractions. At one point he throws a bunch of fucking oil in the fryer so it explodes and it like kills some chick. Or doesn't kill her, just scars her up real bad. She's just all burnt.
That's terrible.
But he uses that as distraction to get to the roof, which he then uses to like extract more information. And he just keeps like learning more and more and like figuring out a way out. And then M. Night Shyamalan puts himself in the movie and plays the girl's uncle, and he uses all his sociopathic shit to... Basically, the singer runs a gimmick where they pick a girl from the crowd to sing a song with her on stage. He lies that his daughter is ill, and the dude empathizes with him, and he gets her picked as the singer, so then they all get to go backstage, and that enables them to escape. Basically, because now they're in the one part of the show where they can just get away. But there was like one reason why they couldn't, and so he like reveals himself to the singer that he's the killer. And
What?
then then he gets outsmarted by the singer, who's like a chick and is like 20 years old. And she ends up getting leverage on him by going to their house. And then she puts their house on blast. And then,
Like on Instagram?
yes,
Oh no.
she locks herself in the bathroom. It's cringe and not good. And she's not a good actress. And neither is M. Night Shyamalan, really, but he's not in it long enough for it to matter. But she's in the movie like
Awful.
way too long. And then this just keeps dragging out. And then he gets away because he has like a tunnel in his house or something. And then
or something.
they kind of like reveal that his method is that he has like abandoned houses all over town that he keeps using. And then it's revealed that like his wife was the one who like found out in the first place and set up the whole thing, kind of.
The coup to get him?
She like faked evidence at a crime scene because she suspected he was a killer. And I don't know. It was dumb. And then
He killed her, didn't he?
no, he was about to, but she drugged him because she was like, let's just have one nice slice of pie. And he was like, yeah, whatever. And it was dumb. It made no fucking sense.
What
Nobody
the
would
fuck?
ever do that. And then,
Really?
Yeah.
Over pie?
and then the pie was super drugged out because he didn't think to check or whatever, which of course you would. You know the cops are in on it, and she's admitting to you that she confessed to the feds, basically. So you don't think that she would fucking like be wearing a wire right now or be drugged? Like, get the fuck out of here. And then the FBI lady shows up and pretends she's his mom, and the drugs like cast a spell that makes that work, and so they just kill him or they arrest him. But then there's another double twist again, and he's able to get out of the handcuffs. But it's like, dude, you're already caught, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Right.
It didn't matter that he escaped from his house in the first place. It's now a nationwide manhunt.
Right.
Even though still technically there's no proof of fucking anything. Like, technically the pop singer like saw the footage of the dude that was currently about to be the victim, and then that dude escaped because of the Instagram thing. But technically there is no like evidence in hand that the guy did it, is all I'm saying. But he just keeps running, so obviously he's guilty.
Yeah, and he's killed other people.
But there's no proof. There's
Of any
still
of it?
no proof at all. Because technically the trap was supposed to find the guy, but it didn't work.
Oh.
But then like it was implied that the trap, but it's not even past that. He escapes from the house and ends up taking the motorcade that is holding the pop star. He somehow goes through the police that are at his house and then steals a car that is already being guarded because the pop singer's in it. And he steals that car. And then he is completely surrounded in public at the car and then just gets out of the car and ends up in the crowd. And there's no way you could get out of it. Like the cops literally had him on either side, and then he gets out. It makes no sense. And then he breaks back into like his wife's safe house thing or something where they'd already taken her. And then that is when she gives him drugged pie, and the FBI lady is his mom. And then he escapes.
Are you being serious?
Yes. So all of it sucks once they actually leave the arena. He gets out of the arena pretty easy, and there's still like 30 minutes left in the movie. But that first hour when it's in the arena, it's pretty interesting because you really don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And then they're just kind of like, oh, we'll just leave.
yeah.
And then all the extra double twist things are just terrible. I thought it
Right.
would have been better if it was just like a really clever way that he got away with it in the end. Like he just does some really slick move at the end and Kaiser Soze is out of the arena. I thought it was all going to be set there. And no, yeah. It wouldn't have mattered if that it was a vehicle for his daughter's musical career as much if she didn't end up just being like a sleuth detective who can get out of anything in the end also. Like, that was really what ruined it.
Right.
Had it just been said at her concert and she had minimal involvement and there was a clever way out, that would have been one thing. Again, my preference would have been a real musician, but. And then the ending still is more interesting if it's a real musician who's famous and well known. Then it especially is a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of people dogging Josh Hartnett's performance. I thought it was good. I thought the premise was good. Just the execution was not there. What can you do? But it was entertaining. Like, I was fully engaged. And then the last, 15 minutes especially were pretty rough. But, just didn't work, but was solid and entertaining. Like, watch it when it's free for sure.
Yeah.
But nobody go pay. Don't go pay.
Right on.
Unless you just really want to have a theater version of it, but it's not really exciting enough for that, to be honest.
Doesn't at all, to be honest.
But is very fun to watch at home, and then just be ready for the ending to suck.
Yeah.
But
I'm not stoked on that whatsoever. Because I saw Alien Romulus instead, bro.
I don't like Fede Alvarez because of the Evil Dead reboot, but Don't Breathe was good, but that's my thing. I also didn't see this movie because I saw Prometheus and loved it, but then didn't see the one after. But I know that
Covenant, I think.
Yeah, but this is not connected to any of those, and it's set between the first two movies. Is that correct?
I think it's set between the second one and the third one.
Oh, okay. Something like that.
Something like that.
All right, well, you just let it rip because I haven't seen it, so go.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those other ones. Like, I haven't seen Covenant. I didn't see Covenant in theaters. I didn't see Prometheus. This one is like the first one.
Love Prometheus, by the way.
No, I did see Prometheus in theaters. I haven't rewatched it yet, though. It makes me really
Prometheus
excited.
is incredible.
It makes me really excited to rewatch all of them for sure. The way that it connects all of them with those creatures in Prometheus kind of make a return at the end of this movie, which is fucked up and crazy.
I bet.
I'm excited for you to watch it. I won't ruin the whole thing.
No, do it. Do it. It's fine. If it's not Ridley Scott, I care way less.
But it is produced by Ridley Scott, I thought.
Yeah, he's involved, but still, it's not the same.
It felt like a good revisit. It was revisiting the classic, female protagonist winning at the end kind of vibe.
Okay.
All the way. They referenced it at the very beginning.
So the main character is a woman the whole movie?
Yes, her name is Rain, and she has a cyborg brother. Or they have a different name in this, universe or whatever. It's not a... I can't remember... But anyway, it's like an android. Android, there you go. It's an android as her brother, and she's doesn't have parents, and she's trying to leave the planet that she's on.
Okay.
So it's set in a future where she's working on this planet. It has 0 hours of sun.
Terrible.
That's the first introduction for the protagonist. But before that happens, and you get introduced to these new characters, there's this scene that's basically a group of scientists on what looks like that old space station.
Got it.
From the original ones. And they're it looks like they harvested the xenomorph. Or
Got it.
an egg.
Like a baby one? Yeah.
Full grown. Something it looked like a what it sleeps in or something. Because when they cut open this rock formation, it showed the full grown alien in it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so they're clearly I'm already locked in, dude. I'm let's go. We're going to learn about
they just go
exactly
straight
where
into
these
it.
things came from and exactly what's going on and why they needed to worry about it in the first place from the original one, And so basically you learn about this new character and how she has a boyfriend who's trying to leave the planet too. They found a space station that is abandoned up right above their planet. And they want to basically steal the work equipment and the android, her brother, to get up into the space station because that android is the only thing that speaks mother, which is the same language as the ship. So he's the key to get them off of the planet, basically. They all want to go to a different universe or whatever.
Right.
A different
Yeah,
planet.
yeah.
And so they can't do it with ordinary equipment. The space station is supposed to have like cryo life, some kind of thing that helps you hypersleep for longer. They only have like 3 days worth of
Got it.
cryo.
And they're
sleep
just trying
right
to
now.
cruise out there.
Yep. So that is basically like the mission that they get to. This I just jumped like 45 minutes into the movie by telling you all of that basically.
Okay.
So now most of the movie.
So it's a slow start.
No. It all of that happens. That's pretty involved. That's a lot of things going on. Like that in 45 minutes. That's a lot to learn.
I have
you
a
know?
brother and I want to leave.
And the,
That takes
and the
about 5
boyfriend
minutes.
and the boyfriend and the space station that they got to and stealing the work equipment, like all of that.
That should be 15 minutes.
Oh, I guess maybe to get to the space station. So that's the thing.
Uh-huh.
That's when the alien movie starts, is because they're
So the rest of it takes place just on that space station?
yes,
Got
Romulus
it.
and is one side of the space station,
The
and
other
the
one's
other side
Remus.
is yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
That's a thing.
the Romulus side is where it takes place for most of it. They're trying to basically they found the hypersleep pods that they're going to use.
Got it.
But they need to find more fuel, which is on the Romulus side, essentially.
Naturally.
Yes. So, it's just mayhem. It's absolute mayhem.
Like
from the
how
moment
many
when
aliens are there? Like xenomorphs? Like are we talking like
We're talking-
dozens?
Dozens of the
Face huggers?
dozens of the face huggers, and about
I would be more
40
scared
or
of the
50
face hugger.
of the full size xenomorphs.
Really?
Yeah.
I
it's
would
like,
be way more scared of the face huggers than the xenomorphs.
It was terrifying. They played into that for the first portion of when the aliens are attacking them, and the way that it starts.
Oh, they're like the front lines?
Exactly. The way that the actual aliens become unfrozen is the android from the first one. What is his name? Nox.
David? Oh, I'm thinking of Prometheus.
Um,
I don't know.
no.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But the original one basically reveals that the space station's intention was to freeze those eggs and for them to utilize like the research that's happened on the Romulus station and bring it back to their company, which is Wayland or something. I
Yeah,
can't
right.
fucking remember.
That's the same company the whole time.
The whole time, right. The programming of the android that is her brother
Uh-huh.
gets switched pretty early on in the movie because at about that 45-50 mark, basically because that android that is his remains are like on the space station, the destroyed space station by all the xenomorphs melting through it and stuff. He's like a half alive android, and he's like the only thing that can get them into the security area that has the cryo sleeps fuel, basically.
Sure.
That place is where all of the face huggers are being kept.
Naturally.
Right. That's also the only way that they can technically spread. So they fucked it for themselves the moment they took that fuel out. Everything started to warm up. It was like, it shot up to like 60 degrees and all the face huggers melted. And then everybody basically dies at that point.
Cool.
Like during that whole process, is the face huggers either getting to them or fucking the xenomorphs do kill. Actually, full-size ones they basically butcher the rest of the crew other than the android brother, the girl, and the boyfriend, and then 2 other characters kind of survive. One of the buddies that's like friends, that's friends with the brother or the boyfriend, and then his girlfriend. And his girlfriend is the other one that lives the longest. So it's the girlfriend and then Rain.
But they all die.
I'll get there.
Except the girl.
No, shit gets crazy after that because basically them trying to still get this fuel and still get off of this space station onto their ship. But in all of them dying, they lose their other ship, basically. It like crashes and gets stuck like underneath the Romulus station, essentially, so on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the next 30 minutes of the movie is them trying to get from fucking point A to point B, which is where the ship is. And basically, through that process, we learn that the android's new programming has basically turned them against the humans in order to protect what's on that space station, which is the pure DNA of the xenomorphs that they've harvested.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to like be the cure-all for the company and for humanity. It's like an error in the android. Like they don't realize that like they're broken.
Yeah, I feel like
kind
that
of.
happens in every Alien movie.
That is the whole thing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the technology a bit turning on them,
Yeah.
or the protagonist for a minute. But then eventually the brother snaps out of it, or he has to make a deal when he's like stuck. He gets like stuck kind of
Uh-huh.
to switch out into his original chip without that android's data. And that is like a pivotal moment, and like they have this whole moment where they're like being chased by aliens and like he saves her, and like it's a whole thing. And it's like really sweet, like their relationship, because most of the struggle that you're trying to feel for the girl is like how much pressure is put on her android brother, and how like he actually doesn't know that he's going to be decommissioned after this, and like she like cares for him, and like it's a whole struggle the whole time. Like, so eventually he sacrifices himself for her, and there's still the girl and the girlfriend left.
Okay. Then they scissor and it's over.
No.
Oh, that would be better.
They make it to the ship. Meanwhile, this entire time that they've been on the space station, they've been like getting closer and closer to the rings of their planet that will basically destroy the entire space station. And so they're the only two that make it onto their actual ship, and they make it out at the very last minute, right before this whole thing is about to blow into the fucking, you know what I mean, into the rings.
Yep.
But what we find out is that the girl is about to die. The girlfriend is about to die while making her way up. They've all been attacked in some way. She's basically like on her last limb. She uses that DNA to like revive herself on like a cutaway, like while the other girl's like trying to make her way up to the top and into the space station, like killing aliens and stuff. It's a great time.
Uh-huh.
But
And then she transmorphs.
no, she's pregnant. And instead of it mutating her, this like pure DNA, it basically creates in her stomach the baby, but like mixed with the DNA of that xenomorph. And it's a callback to like Prometheus, like to those creatures.
Yeah.
And it's like this disgusting alien baby thing that is basically the climax of the
And
film.
then they just get away and it's over, but that's like what you're left with.
Yes.
Got it.
Because he doesn't die, I don't think. I think he just like flies into space. It's like this giant alien humanoid, and like
Oh, it's birthed in the movie?
it's birthed in the movie.
Does it come out of her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. At the it's the last like 20 minutes, 30 minutes where basically they go to hypersleep. It's like finally done. They made it out of that space station. She's really fucked up, but if she just hypersleeps there, she'll survive in order to get proper treatment from all the damages to get to the ship.
Yeah, yeah.
But because of the DNA that she injected herself with, it just fucked the whole thing up. And so
Got it.
the moment that the rain opens the casing back up, she's giving birth to this alien baby. And it like comes out and it like melts through the flooring into like the cargo area. It's like sheds this like fucking egg, and then there's just this little, it's like you just see like a face. And then in the matter of like 2 minutes, it's just like it crawls out. You don't see it. Like basically Rain is like running down to see it and to like freeze it with this like cryogenic machine thing that has the hypersleep fuel to freeze it essentially. And it just grows into this thing within the shadows of the cargo area. It's just, yeah, it's great.
Sounds crazy.
It was great. It was honestly, it was thrilling. It was corny though, like how you knew the whole time that like Rain was she was just gonna be the one that survives. It's just like that's what happens every
that's
time.
pretty much every Alien movie technically though.
She had like the Reebok shoes or something. It was just like, okay.
Yeah, I heard this one was a little bit more of a nostalgia play. Give me a score
You give me a score for Trap first.
6.3.
I'd say Alien Romulus was like a 7-9.
Right on. That's pretty high praise.
I enjoyed it.
I'll watch it if it's free.
I'm gonna watch Covenant for sure. I think it's on Hulu.
I do want to watch Covenant. Yeah, I think all of them just got added to something. It's either Max or Hulu or one of those. I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna get down on that. And all the trailers, honestly, were great. I'm so excited for Joker.
We'll see.
It's gonna be great.
I'm on the fence. It's either going to go one way or the other, though.
I couldn't be more thrilled.
It's either
going to
be great or terrible. I'm leaning towards terrible.
That one with James McAvoy or whatever, where he's like a killer in the fucking British or in the like the hillsides of the UK. You know what I'm talking about?
No, that sounds bad.
It looks Speak No Evil. That's what it's called.
Fuck England.
It looks good.
Doubt it.
What are you talking about?
Doubt it.
It's pretty. Well, not the.
What are you talking about? You ever been to America, loser?
Dude, what?
What?
You don't think that Europe is pretty?
England?
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
It's not.
It seems nice.
Cliffs are nice?
Yeah, cliffs.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I find it kind of pretty.
No. America's way better.
Oh my
You're such
God.
a loser, dude. Get your ninny boy pussy shit out of here.
Get me to the hills.
All right. This was our double movie review. We came in with nothing to say to each other. Just little soliloquies.
That's true.
Wasn't that nice?
You know, what a great time.
It's like doing a sales pitch. What do you got? What do I got? We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that more often. Didn't have enough time to fill a full episode, so that was the best way to do it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Share the episodes, review the episodes, rate the
197.
episodes. Episode 197, 200 coming soon. What are we doing? I still haven't decided.
Yeah.
But something, maybe.
Should do a rebrand.
What is that supposed to mean? That also doesn't make any sense. Why would you go this long and then rebrand all of a sudden?
It just seems fun. Do it like
I need
M&Ms.
to come up with it. I just need to do it like Burger King and come on with a jingle.
Yeah. Yes.
Chicken, 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 chicken. Burger King has fucking chicken. You know? That shit rips.
Cut that.
Cut that. All right. Rate, review, subscribe. Check all the links in the description below. And remember, I are fat. You are fat. We are fat. Rebrand. Leave my fucking gimmicks alone.
Happy Tuesday.
Fuck you. Calculator.